The installation. So you don't know about anything related to SQL right now, right? Or you have some idea?
Oh no.
Okay. So this,
Oh no.
yeah. So this is from basic. We will go ahead, and if you spend 1 hour time daily and a weekend 2 hour time, we will finish our course in 2 weeks surely. Okay. So this instance installation of SQL server and the training will be real time. I will show you how to do that and everything. Installation, we will see various kind of configurations, what DBA checks we need to perform, because many organization expect DBA to follow the standard best practices. So I have the steps that we will follow, and we will do it real time, I mean on my machine or either on your machine. That will help you to learn and practice. So what is the installation prerequisites we have to check, how to configure the databases after installation, what security checks you will check and do the changes, so that no one will threat or make some kind of data threatening on your database server. So this all configuration will be there. After that there will be some additional feature configuration, SSIS, SSRS, AS, and new features like file stream and full text indexing, file tables, compression, encryption. Nowadays, everyone is expecting database to be encrypted at server level or at the database level. So we will see both of them, because this is very important in banking or financial domains, because they nowadays debit card pin number or debit card credit cards need to be encrypted. So how to encrypt
Okay.
those things also we will see it here. Database sizing, how to check the database size, how to manage the data files or log files, and the growth of the database, what best practices we have to follow to restrict the database sizing. Okay, in case you are not restricting or monitoring your size, it may grow, or sometime database go into the suspect mode. So you will face the challenges and issues for those. If there are multiple servers, then it will be very hectic. So how to manage multi-instance servers, that all we will see in the training session itself. Migration
Okay.
from older version to newer version. Okay, so in this case we will see all old version to new version steps, and how to achieve the migration successfully, how to transfer the logins and jobs, and change the recovery models, compatibility level of the databases if you are migrating to 2012 or 14 or 16. So these all features
Okay.
which will support in the migration, we will explore it. And after that there will be a data transfer activity. Data transfer activity required mostly for development purpose or something, from one server to another server, or from one database to another database, or database to file systems like Excel or CSV or TXT files. So kind of work to export the data or import the data using various technologies. There are 4 5 types. BCP is there, bulk insert is there, SSIS is there, open row set is there. And what exactly will speed up your activity, that we will see, because only DBA team knows about data transfer activity more clearly, and they are the responsible if the development team is not able to transfer the data in time. Okay, so we'll see
Okay.
also. After that there will be permissions. So how will you give the minimum permission to the users? Okay, everyone knows, if anyone requesting a permission, for example if he is requesting one of the table, you are working in banking domain and you given access to all the tables, like only your manager told to give select access on employee history table, you given him access on entire database, just select query. Okay, that is actually wrong.
Okay.
So how to achieve this minimum permission, how to minimize the permission in case the user is asking, I want this permission. So how will you restrict it? For example, he want to add the columns but he don't want to delete the table, what permission you will give? Mostly people will give alter permission, which will allow the user to drop the table. Okay, how will you restrict it? So these kind of scenarios are there which will help us to troubleshoot or work on that feature in future for you. Okay, so logins and permission, once you understand, then only you will understand everything concept, what is the role required to perform the activity. So server level roles, database level roles, and the schema level roles, what are the password expiry, how will you reset the password, how will you change the password, all these things will be there. And the new feature is introduced in SQL 2012, which is a content user feature. This is uh, we will cover up with the content database. Okay, so this will not require a logins. This new feature will help us to create each login for each different application or database. Okay, so we will see that in detail. After this we will see a SQL server, sorry, yeah, SQL server backups and jobs to alert or to configure automations. Instead of doing manual work, we need to schedule it about on daily basis, on midnight or on weekend basis or monthly basis. Whatever the maintenance activity we will do, we will automate that. We need to learn how to do that, how to monitor it, and all these things will include backups also. Different type of backups,
Okay.
recovery models, and case-based scenarios. Okay, so your manager told at 2:30 my data got deleted. I want the data till 2 o'clock 29 minutes and 30 seconds, like this time he will give. So how will you restore? This is called point in time recovery. So how will you achieve this goal?
Okay.
Okay, so these kind of scenarios we
Okay.
cover up in the backup and restoration topic. Different type of backups, different type of recovery models, and what are the backup strategy in case of your database is very large, or in case of mid-level size, in case of smaller sizes. Okay, so best practices
Mhm.
we have to understand for backups restore. Once you understand backups and restore, then only you will understand the further topics of high availability. Okay, backups and restore is
Okay.
important in every organization. Without backups and restore, DBA is nothing. Okay, DBA has to learn.
Okay.
He must know all the types of backups. Okay, encryption.
Mm.
So in the backups, how will you restore the encrypted database? That all we will see. And once this backup and restore is done, then security will come, like auditing who has done which changes. Auditing means, suppose if my salary table is accessed by X person who has not access to execute that query manually, only he should execute it from application. Then which changes have
Mhm.
been done, how to track or audit that information, because in banking domains it is very mandatory that to audit everything. Not only banking, even many of the organization audit their databases just for purpose of security. Okay, sometime, because suppose if that data is getting modified by X user who is not authorized, he can misuse that data also, right? So how will you audit it?
Yeah.
What are the different criteria to audit? How will you troubleshoot the issues in case of audit found this person has done? So what changes we have to make, how to configure, how to log it, because auditing is also time consuming and logging part, because it will take a log space and everything. We need to very uh, we need to take precautions for not increasing the size of the log file, because it will create the disk space issues then for databases. So we have to take care of all these things. I will explain one by one. So once this topic is over, right, you will feel that you can do at least L1 level activity work of DBAs. Okay, L1 means providing access, installations, creating databases, increasing the size of the database, taking backups, doing restorations, transferring the data, upgradation and migrations. Okay, so these all things you can perform easily. Once that is covered, then we will come up with the mirroring and replication. What is mirroring? What are the different three types of mirroring? What are the prerequisites? What is the hardware requirement? What are the different SQL server type supports mirroring? Okay, and how will you use the mirroring? What is the business requirement? How will you suggest to the application team mirroring is the solution for your requirement, or replication is the solution? What are the different type of replication, advantages between them, comparison between them? What will be the best solution for your high availability? That all we will see up into the mirroring and replication. So once this is done, then we will move up to log shipping between two servers, and how to monitor those mirroring or replication or log shipping. Configuration plus troubleshooting, what are the common issues in between these three high availability, we need to learn out. Because I know whatever troubleshooting I have done, common will be like disk space issues on both the servers. Okay, primary will have more space but secondary will not have. Then we will face challenges. How will you manage that space? Okay, how will you shrink the database? How will you give the permission to the user on the secondary which is in the read only mode in the log shipping? So, lot of questions are there, and you in this only you will also learn how to how to give the answer to the clients. Okay, because they will ask you something, you will not be answerable unless you learn these things and practice it. Okay, so you will get everything in mind training. You can answer to the clients also, this is the issue, this is the reason. Okay. Clustering is very important because clustering is uh, required for each and every clients uh, who are requiring their data for the purpose of high availability at server level. Okay, server level means in case your first server is down, you can fail over to second server, so your minimum downtime will be very less because there will be a minute or seconds of time you can make your data available to the application. So what are the different type of clusters? Active, passive. What are the different type of this uh, witness that is called as quorum drives in the cluster? How will you configure the SQL level cluster? What is the prerequisite, and how to fail over the cluster? How to make an automatic failure of the cluster? So that all things will come into the clustering topic. Okay. Once this is done, then we will move up with always on feature. This is introduced in the SQL Server 2012 only. This feature once done, then you will learn many things because this is the combination of mirroring and log shipping. Okay, so I will
Okay.
explain why it is combination and how it will become combination. And this feature is a new feature which can use for automatic failure also, and also we can do a load balancing to take the backups on secondary. We can reduce the load on the primary server. So what benefits are
Mm.
there as compared to mirroring or log shipping in the always on? We will see that also. And what are the different
Okay.
types, synchronous or synchronous, this always on group? How will you configure the listener? How will you automate the listener? What is the listener? Listener is just a virtual host name which will directly configured in the application, that will not bother about in background, because primary, whatever the node 1 is primary or node 2, it will point to the active primary only. So how to configure that thing in the application, because in case of failure happens, your application should not break, application will continue to the active primary only. So that kind of work is there. How to load balance using read intent only property. So these all things, small things are there. I will explain in such a way you understood and you are familiar with this concept, so you can also work on that concept in future. Okay. Once this is done,
Okay.
there will be a troubleshooting topic of SQL server slowness issues or memory related issues, CPU related issues, IO related issues, troubleshooting using profiler, deadlock, SQL locking, deadlocking. All these things will come up into the performance related troubleshooting. And once this is done, then we can move for index and concurrency, where you will learn different type of indexes creations, why indexes are required and statistics are required. And once the index is done, then we will move up concurrency control and deadlock or locking related issues to troubleshoot out. Okay, once this topic is done, index and concurrency, we will learn the query tuning part also here. How to optimize your queries, what are the best practices to write the queries, how will you modify the existing query, how will you check the execution plan of the queries, because queries are very important to see in case that is scanning the table. Scanning means unnecessarily checking all the records which are present instead of checking specific records. Okay, you have 1 lakh record, you want to check only data from 50,000 to 60,000. Why will you check from 1 to 1 lakh entire data, right? So whatever the expected
Yeah.
data you want to see, that only you the query should see the records. So how will you achieve that goal? Using indexes. Okay, so that thing we will cover up into the query tuning part. And what best practice
Okay.
make your query to run faster? Mostly queries will run in half an hour or hour session, so how will you bring it in seconds or minutes? So that is the tips and tricks of the DBA technique, which we you will learn easily from me. So this is about all our course. This will make you a production DBA kind of work as well as application DBA kind of work. uh, so how will you plan and do your practice to achieve this training successfully within 2 weeks? That will also depend on your practice. Okay, whatever topics we will cover,
Okay.
that should be practiced on your laptop also, so you will get the perfect knowledge about it.
I'm sorry. I mean, can you give me the software? Will you give me the software for this?
Softwares are online, you don't worry about it, because everything I have kept online. I have all classes
Uh,
that I have conducted. I have kept my classes online, recordings, online softwares, everything. If you want to see, these are my archived recordings of US and UK classes. I have removed many of them. You can see. Just a moment.
okay.
So softwares are also there. SQL Server setup is there online. I will share the links. Windows Server setups are there. Okay. Even you will have
Oh,
to download the VMware from internet, and I have the keys for that. Just full features of that. Okay, if you see here training recordings, I have plenty of classes taken recently also and in past few years. So
oh,
my recordings,
nice.
if you want to see any of samples, I can show you, like, say, store it like this. I have updated this bonus partner because, okay, this is mirroring topic I have conducted. Many students, even after training, they hired me for a support job also. So you can also do
Oh,
same thing after the training. If you got a job, you already got a job, I think, right?
oh, we're just waiting for the release.
Okay, release offer.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is our environment where we will continue VMware, and this machine has around 24 GB RAM and good configuration in terms of CPU and processor, because I have
Okay,
this machine specially for VMware. This required just to practice our sessions without any disturbance for software level hang or something. This
okay,
will look like a real environment of office. Okay, so here only we will continue
mhm,
everything, new databases and everything. We will do the fresh installation of SQL servers, same like primary and secondary. We will do one more
okay.
installation for you, and from the basic we will go ahead and we will complete the training to the advanced level, whatever the topics I have shown you. So all these recording
Okay.
be done in the HD format. You will also get the recording in OneDrive, so that you can use those in future whenever you require. So like this.
Sir, I have only one question. Like,
Yeah.
can we finish all of this like 15 days?
You have to spend at least 3 to 4 hours on weekend if you want to finish in 3 hours. Yeah, at least 3 hours
Oh,
on weekend. 2 weekends if you do.
oh, I can do that. I
Yeah.
can do that because uh, job is my first priority, and I'm ready to sit for 6 hours also.
Okay. Fine. Fine. So what we can do is, uh, where when will be your joining date to new organization?
It can be in 2 weeks.
Okay. So we will target 25 to 5, 10, 9 to 10. Till 10th we will target it to complete. Okay. 10th of October.
Okay.
I have a holiday on
Okay.
Monday. Okay. So if you attend
Oh,
training on Monday, that will be great. So we can achieve a lot of things there. Okay.
okay.
And
Basically, by tomorrow, I'll come to know about this. When I should join and all this stuff.
okay.
So
Mhm.
please, once I get the offer letter, then I'll maybe we can start it immediately.
Okay. Fine. Fine. So
Yes.
okay. And,